Hello my loves, it's Tuesday night and the first night of a brand new meals vlog. If you remember last week, you'll be glad to know I'm feeling slightly better, but I'm still a bit bunged up, Barbara. And it's, I mean, in essence, this is simply sausage, chips and beans, is what it is. But it's an Aldi battered sausage, some oven chips, and that is a tin of white kidney beans that I drained and rinsed, and I made a sauce with a few cherry tomatoes, half scotch bonnet, loads of smoked paprika, pinch of salt, and half a red onion, and there you go. Nice. Homemade spicy smoky beans.
And it's been a while since we've had one of these, and I remember right enjoying it.
Oh yeah, they were lovely. But taste the beans.
Yes,
Jay.
Yes, I should taste the beans,
because we've already tasted the sausage and we both loved it. We both said it was great. Spicy and smoky.
Yeah, not silly spicy, but there's a good enough amount of spice there.
Nice. That's what I wanted.
Perfect.
So on the first night of this here new meals vlog, it's sausage, chips and beans. But if you fancy having a look at last week, I'll link that up there too, and end with a lingering shot of a northern plate of nom. Bye loves. Hello my loves, it's Wednesday evening. We're having rather a random mix actually. I wish I'd have kept the jars, but I've already rinsed them out and put them in the recycling. But that is a lentil and vegetable stew from the Greek range at Lidl when we bought it, and that is butter beans in oil and vinaigrette. So they've both been warmed up. We've got some homemade couscous there, lemon and coriander. I just put the juice of half a lemon and some dried coriander and a pinch of salt in with it. The bits of Cathedral City cheese that stuck together in the packet and really annoyed me got crumbled up and put on there, and some red pepper hummus to be served with a couple of pita bread, because we just fancied something like this tonight.
Yeah. Late one on a Wednesday often is the case.
Yeah, because you teach, don't you, my love?
Yes.
So, as you can see, it's 9:05. Usually we eat around 7, 9:30.
But I'm sure this will go down a storm.
It'll go down lovely. What, with an episode of Enterprise and this? Sorted. Bye, loves. Hello, my loves. It's Thursday night, so for Jason, that's a massive yay. You've had a tough week, haven't you, babes?
Yeah.
And I've been off sick all week. Sick note from doctor and everything.
Yeah.
Chest infection, but I'm getting so much better. Now, I get a couple a year. Often people go, well, you get ill a lot, you, don't you? It's like, I get 2 colds a year I have all my life.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with being vegan.
No.
Anyway, tonight we're having Sainsbury's smoked firm tofu, just pressed, cut up and fried. Dead simple. Brown rice with peas and sweet corn, and this lovely smoky bean salad that Jason got. Yellow stickers, should have been $2.50 and it was like 50p.
Yeah, it was 59p or 50p. Yeah.
Sainsbury's taste the difference, clearly marked vegan, so I said, do you know what, Jay? I'll whack it on a meal this very evening. Random, I know, I don't care, it's all good food and that's what matters. A couple of slices of bread and butter, bit of hot sauce, dinner. Oh, and an episode of Enterprise coming right up. Bye loves. Hello my loves, it's Friday night. Look, 7:10. We're live at 9 o'clock, so we're having a quick one tonight. Them are the Iceland no meat spicy chicken strips, chicken breaded strips. Them are the no mozzarella sticks that I got from Heron ages ago. I just had 5 left in the freezer, so I thought I'd put them in and all. I've thrown together a quick slaw with red onion, white cabbage and carrot, a bit of white rice vinegar and some mayo, and that's a Mexican grains in a bag that I got from Aldi a good few weeks ago.
Nice.
And a couple of these sauces, lovely Angharad and mum and dad got me these for my birthday when we met last weekend. So those middle two, lemon
chili and coriander,
and the Naga chili. are the ones we've got there, with some just the last bit of hummus that was left over, because I like to use things up, and a couple of slices of bread and butter, of course.
And we do love a grain.
Oh, we do love a grain, and especially an ancient grain.
A funky grain? I think there's actually a grain called funky. It's probably not pronounced like that, but it's funky.
There you go.
There you go.
Dinner on Friday night. Bye, loves. Hello, my loves. It's Saturday night. We've just had a lovely bubble bath together. Well, not together. We shared the bath. I got out, he got in. We're not kinky.
There wouldn't be room anywhere.
We're just not daft with water. It's our infamous Chinese-style platter. Satay sticks, but smothered with our own mix of crunchy peanut butter and in corner. Same with the vegetable-filled king prawn. Rice with one particular type of, it's like a seitan tofu skin type of drumstick on a lolly stick. I cook them, chop them up, chop spring onions and put them in with the rice. Vegetable dumplings, breaded stick, which drumstick which has a bamboo bone in it, and some edamame, and a lovely sauce of white rice vinegar, light and dark soy sauce, chilies and spring onions, and a paratha. We used to have this like once a fortnight. I don't think we've had this for a good few weeks, Brommers, have we?
We've eased off a little bit, but it is a tried and tested, delightful takeaway, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely it is. And all of this stuff we get from Wing Yip. You may have seen on one of our Wing Yip shopping vlogs. And if you haven't, I'll link one up there. I'll link the one up there where we shop and then cook. But there's other Wing Yip shopping vlogs that are just shopping vlogs. So that rice is about to get flattened and that will get poured on the top. It's not just for dipping dumplings, it's also to feed the rice. Chinese platter. Saturday night splendour. Bye, loves. Hello, my loves. It's Sunday evening and we're having a homemade curry based on yellow stickered items, actually. We went to Tesco after the allotment today and there were 2 packets of Tesco Plant Chef chicken style pieces, heavily reduced, yellow stickered. I said, oh, get 'em, I'll do a curry, and here it is. So there's julienne carrot, shredded white cabbage and white onion, lots of spinach, garden peas, both packets of the chicken style pieces. Made my own curry paste and a tin of coconut milk. And there's, as always, when I do a curry, there is enough left over for another dinner. We usually have, the first time we have a curry with rice and naan bread, the second time with oven chips and plain old bread. Am I right, Jay? Not wrong?
You are not wrong. Not wrong at all. And our regular viewers, subscribers will attest to that. Sometimes there's even enough for a little lunch.
That's for me. Because Jay's not keen, but I like a little dabble of lime pickle on the side. Because it's quite delicious. So there you go. There's no point tasting it because, I mean, we can't transmit the taste here. It's good. Trust me.
It's always good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's always good.
A creamy, spicy, homemade curry with yellow sticker items. Lovely. Bye, loves. It's Jason's lunchtime taste tests.
Hello, you lovely person, and this is what I have for my lunch today. It would be rude not to try the third and final offering from Beyond Meals. This is the chilli with coriander rice. I've tried the other 2. £3 at Tesco's, 350 grams, vegan approved, and 15 grams of protein with a 9-minute cooking time. I'll just show you the back. So, plant-based mince and a tomato chilli sauce with black beans and diced red pepper served with coriander rice. So I'm going to cook this up in the microwave, and I will also just take a moment. Is that rice? Some rice escaping? I think I've got some rice escaping from the packaging. But, let me show you what it looks like frozen. I shall tidy up after myself and get this nuked. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so this is what it looks like on the packet, and this is what it looks like fresh out of the microwave. So let's dive in and give it a thorough taste test. Okay. So I've given it the allotted time to just cool down a little bit. As I often do, I'm going to start with the rice. The eagle-eyed of you will have noticed on the back of the packaging, in the cooking instructions, it did say after the first heat to add 3 dessert spoons of water to the rice before you pop it back in the microwave. So here we go. Coriander rice. It's not bad. For microwaved rice, it's not bad. You know, quite flavoursome. The texture's not too bad. It's not sort of sticking together, it's not claggy. Happy with that. And now, of course, the chilli. Let's try this. Oh, loads of flavour in there. Dare I say it, my first mouthful is a little bit salty. So if you're not a massive sodium salt fan in your food, worth bearing that in mind. It is quite salty. But for me personally, that's proper tasty. Not gonna lie at all. I'm just looking at the nutritional information here in terms of salt. So it's 350 grams, 0.7 grams of salt per 100, so it's not that bad. Maybe it's just my palate, but let me have another little, some of the beans in there as well. Cannot fault Beyond Meals at all. These offerings, when you're in a pinch, and I know, you know, there's a lot of pious people in the world, and there's a lot of people even in the vegan community who will kind of chastise you for buying and eating ready meals, but we're not all privileged and in positions where we're able to, you know, cook from scratch, and that's why that stuff is out there. I'd also, whilst I'm on the subject, I'd just like to point out, I've been doing quite a bit of reading of late, with the sensationalist media saying that vegan is kind of dying over the last 12 months or so. I don't think it is, and from what I've looked at, it's oversaturation of the market in terms of so many vegan offerings being made available, particularly here in the UK, over the last couple of years, and that's eventually going to balance out in terms of supply and demand, isn't it? Vegan's here to stay, and the younger generation know all about it. I'll say no more on that. That's just my just jumping on my little soapbox for a minute. But in terms of Beyond, absolutely excellent. I've been impressed with all 3 that I've tried. Something new for the next lunchtime taste test, of course. But as I said right at the start, I wanted to try all 3 of them, give my honest opinion, and you're getting 15 grams of protein in there. It's £3. It's getting a solid 8 out of 10. I don't even have to think about it. Could it be improved slightly? You know, with my scoring of 8 out of 10? Slightly, but it's a very high score. You know, could the rice be a little bit better? Maybe. Could it be a tiny bit cheaper? A tiny bit, but I actually think it's very, very reasonably priced. So a solid 8 out of 10. I'm going to stuff the rest of this in my face and get on with my working day. As always, thank you for taking the time to check out our meals vlog and this lunchtime taste test. And do take care of yourself, because I will see you very soon.
Hello my loves, it's Monday night, and you know what that means? The final night of this particular meals vlog. And we're having a Brinner, kinda sorta Brinner.
Yeah, well, it's it, isn't it?
Yeah, well, there's no sausage there, it's just I had another pack of Plant Chef, Tesco Plant Chef bacon in the freezer. We visited Wingate recently, so I got some Tofu King tofu, and I've used a full pack of medium, which has done this much scrambled tofu, but I've kept some aside as well to mix with mayo for a forthcoming baked potato, hash browns, beans, and allotment tomatoes.
Can't believe you put brown sauce on the tomatoes.
Why? That's all part of a breakfast for me.
Wow.
Well, let's show people the allotment tomatoes with sans brown sauce, shall we?
Each to their own, no judgment, but you know.
We're having 2 toast each with loaf ends and a slice of bread each for mopping up. A lovely Brinner. Nice. Out, Seth, on this, the last night. You're just editing the meals vlog now, is it a good one?
It's been an interesting week of eats, as is often the case. Thank you for taking the time to watch it, as I said in my lunchtime taste test. And I suppose I'll take this moment to say, in the comments below, if you've got any suggestions for lunchtime taste tests that I've not tried yet, and you're a regular, you've got to be a regular because you've got to know what I've eaten previously. Give us an hand. Comment down there below. Thanks all.
Brinner is what's for dinner. Bye, loves.
Mm-hmm.